After the NRM caucus endorsing Thomas Tayeebwa as the deputy president, he came out to apologize to Ugandans for the mismanagement of parliament. For me, if you've been my ardent follower, I've always come out to be a critique of parliament, telling you how Anthony Tamong was doing a bad work at that August House. And if you've been following me, you can testify on this. Tayeebwa said these statements.
Because I've seen some people have sent me messages, comrades really writing some of the things that are unpalatable, that are extremely... I sent my brother ODONGA OTTO a message asking him that, Honorable my brother, am I that evil? Because I sit and I reflect on myself. I said, am I that evil? You are portraying me like this as if really I'm that evil? And I don't need an answer from him. I just need him to go and reflect on it. Because you make some statements about people. Like I think was it Shakespeare telling Julius Caesar that he who takes my money takes nothing but trash. But he who takes my name or destroys my name takes that which is nothing to him.
So from now, go back to your
some of these people know us. They know how we've been.
And because we are a big person.
The advent of social media
Member of Parliament
that has come, where people are looking for views and are looking for followers, then after reaching hundreds of thousands of followers, they start commercializing, is going to destroy us. You go, you talk things about a person, when you know that you are lying in your own heart. But I forgive them, because they are comrades, and I think I will look for them. We have coffee, and we talk about these things. You might never know I might be that evil, and I need to reform. I think there is where we had a lapse as leaders, and I want to take this opportunity to apologize to the nation on behalf of the leadership of Parliament. Because there is where we had a lapse. There is where we didn't put some brake. You know, we went on a pedestal and we went beyond. So I really want to apologize to the nation over what went wrong. And I do believe that working together and without blaming anyone, but focusing on where we are going to change that institution in the shortest possible period.
That is Thomas Tayeebwa. First of all, apologizing shows how great leaders be. But of course, this apology comes at a wrong time. These things have been talked about for a long period of time when Tayeebwa was occupying office, and he kept out of here. He never took the initiative of streamlining Parliament until the saga came where an axe was believed to go to cut him from the speakership. Now he's coming out to apologize. So you clearly see that for Tayeebwa to come out and apologize that way, to an extent that he came out to say that he even called ODONGA OTTO, because ODONGA OTTO earlier had come out to say that if Anita Among had to go, even Tayeebwa had to go. Even me, I had that belief, because they were occupying those offices. If Tayeebwa had come out to point out the road, at least to his bosses, if he did, that was great. If he did not, they all deserve to go, because Parliament was being administered like with the highest level of impunity. And when he came out to talk about ODONGA OTTO, even ODONGA OTTO retaliated. He continued to confirm that Tayeebwa deserved to go. In fact, he said these statements.
Thomas Tayeebwa, I heard you saying you have forgiven me, that you sent me a message forgiving me. Maybe you don't have that on your phone, but that aside, Satan cannot forgive an angel. You have abused public funds. You should have been under house arrest with Anita, but because you are from the chosen tribes, you are out large there. You are cheats. You forgive me. I serve the living God. I don't serve human being. I serve God. I speak for justice. Let me remind you so that Ugandans can also forgive you. In May 2024, you picked a helicopter hired by Parliament of Uganda. You went to Western Uganda. You called for the military helicopter. They said it is 7 p.m. They cannot fly. That helicopter is delayed. But to show power, because you are with 3 girls with big nyash, you call for the second helicopter. That helicopter crashed because of bad visibility, and you could not listen to the pilot's advice. You caused Uganda government 3.6 billion shillings because of having a high libido and showing political prowess. This is on record, and the taxpayers are suffering. There are no medicines in Koboko Health Center, no medicine in Kashari Health Center. People are struggling to pay school fees, and you steal public funds with impunity, and then you come and say you have forgiven me, who has not stolen. We serve the living God. Uganda is here. We are watching. You better be friends with Ugandans, because this regime will definitely end. And you are a young man, and we shall look for you. Those houses you have built in a normal government where some of us are presidents will be nationalized and given to the poor people. So I wish you well in these 5 years as a deputy speaker. Stealing has now been made a very risky business. You have stolen yours, you have kept in the pocket. We wish you well. But the God who made this world, the God of justice, the God of our ancestors, will pay you for playing with taxpayers' money. When teachers are earning 600,000, they will pay you in a currency deserve. I wish you well. I don't know whether I've forgiven you, but I wish you well.
That is ODONGA OTTO. So for me, you clearly see that the 11th Parliament was one of the worst parliaments. And Anita Among was one of the worst speakers of Parliament to ever be at August House. I'm not saying this because he is now no more. I used to say it when he was occupying that chair. For those who have been my ardent followers for a long period of time, go back in the videos of how I used to talk about Anita Amongo's poor administration coupled with corruption. The difference between Anita Among and Thomas Tayebwa, Tayebwa was good in presiding over the House, or to give opposition members time to speak. He was so lenient, he was so patient. But in the administration of corruption, he was also among. Yet, on the other hand, Anita Among was impatient, presided over the House with emotions. He used to abuse members of parliament. He used to jeer them. He was so bad for the August House. What I differ with very many people is Anita Among learned from the master of this, General Kaguta Museveni, because corruption ends in State House. And she replicated what General Museveni does to the entire country, to parliament. And I think it tainted General Museveni's image. Do you know that even as a believer, I'm a Muslim, there are some people that do certain things that even Satan gets scared. Like the person of Pharaoh, in Islam we call him Fir'aun. Pharaoh called himself God. Satan has never called himself God. But of course, Satan is worse than Pharaoh, but Pharaoh did something bad that Satan has never made. So even Anita Among, the impunity was doing is just an iceberg on what the impunity General Museveni does. And I hope the law follows the due course. So Thomas Tayebwa coming out to speak like that, it's a reflection. I also tell people that the day General Museveni's government will go, he'll look at the government and deny that he was the one presiding over this government, because the NM government survives of the impunity of the ICE order. It is a replication of what will happen if General Museveni's government goes. So for me, one, he looks more lenient and more knowledgeable for the speakership position more than Anita Among. But I don't think a different result will be brought when it comes to matters of legislation and passing bills, because he will also continue dancing on the tunes of an authoritarian. Of course, as my opinion remains truly Mr. Makindikabe Suleiman Mahagali. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.